Have you empowered yourself well enough to work in alignment with that spouse that you desire to be with? This is a question that is not just meant for the women, it's meant for the women and also meant for the men. Welcome back to my channel. This is the Mindset Mentor Podcast with Anosong. I am your host. I'm going to use this opportunity once again to thank you for always returning back to my channel. I sincerely appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now, as an individual, it's important to understand that if you desire something great, you must put in the work to get to that point where you have a capacity to manage it. Now, I'm talking about men and women. Relationships is where we are going to. It's one thing to have desires. You want the best for your life. Of course, that is what everybody wants. And, you have the right to think, well about yourself. You have the right to desire the very best things that life can offer. But it's important for you to also know that if you have a desire to end up with a certain person in life, you need to also understand that you must empower yourself to be able to work in alignment with that person you want to end up with. And that is the one reason why we have a lot of heartbreaks today. A woman will cry out her heart, her eyes, and tell you how much time she has invested in a relationship and the relationship packed up. A man will cry out and tell you how much he has invested into a relationship and a relationship packed up. And so when it comes to relationships, we invest a lot. We invest, spiritually, we invest financially, we invest emotionally, we invest our time on relationship. And so that is the same reason why when anything goes wrong with a relationship, it hurts to the bone marrow. And it is understandable. But today, I am, talking to you as one, a counselor, and two, as a speaker, okay? Now, I asked a very simple question. Have you invested in yourself? Have you empowered yourself? Have you grown yourself to be able to work in alignment with that person that happens to be, the object, if I may use that, of your desire? Now we have young women all over the place that will tell you, I want to get married. When I want to get married, I want to get married to a guy that has got the money, got the dough, got this, got that, has cars and all of that, okay? We get this every day. And only recently, a Big Brother housemate was interviewed. What are you bringing to the table? And she said she's bringing her succulent stuff to the table. It's important for young people to know that this is not enough. Now, you have a right to want the very best for yourself. You have the right to desire anything you want to desire in your life. But then it's important to understand that you have to put in the hard work. You have to be willing to, upscale yourself to that capacity. Now, when you ask a young girl, who do you want to get married to? They tell you they want to get married to a medical doctor, one that is practicing in America, that earns six-figure, that owns this house, owns a house in LA, owns a house in Nigeria, and all of that. And then you look at this young girl, sometimes just mainly evaluating them, you might just see that this person who is saying this has got nothing to bring to the table. Now, if you are that woman that has got absolutely nothing to bring to the table, that you think that the only thing that you are going to bring to the table is your succulent punani, then you are living in a loss, I don't know what to call this. You don't understand the realities of life. Now, it's important to let you know that you might have the best punani according to you. You might have the best backside. I've done this before, but I am repeating this because of the narrative that is being sold there in the mainstream society. Now, you may have the best breast in the world, but it's important to know that this is not what you bring to the table. Now, the reason why we have a lot of broken marriages and all of that. A lot of us say that it's the devil. The devil is fighting with marriages. Yes, I do know. But then again, because we have a lot of young people who think that the punani is enough. A young men who feel like the rod is huge enough and that is all that is needed. It's not. You need more in life. You must understand that you have to bring value to the table. What marriage after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, for those who are not in depth in their thought process, the flames begin to go down. But when you marry a person that understand true values in life and understand that companionship should even come first before anything, you find out that that flame stays there because the person knows that no matter what, this is my own person. Now, for all of these years, let's say, for instance, I know that a lot of young people want to live with their spouse for like 40, 50, 60, 70 years, like we admire some of these people. Do you think that when you stay with a spouse for 30 years or even 15 years, all you're bringing to the table will just be the punani? The punani will not be anything that important. There are so many things you have to be bringing to the table. Like I said before, I did this video today and I'm doing it again, okay? Because of the narrative that is so loud there. And it is because of this poor narrative that is making our young women go to do, BBL and all of that because of the bomb. Now, it is true that men love to see big backside and all of that. But you have to bear in mind that this drama is also exaggerated because when they are seeing it from outside, it's different from the way they see it from inside. Now, inside the home, the bomb just being that big is not enough. That bomb that is so big must come with some values to the table or value to the table. And that is when it will be highly appreciated. If all you're bringing to the table is just your bomb, if all you're bringing to the table is just your John Thomas, your big chairs, your 5 parts and 6 parts, it's important to know that 6 parts does not bring food to the table. You might have, how many women divorce men with 6 parts, with heavy John Thomas and all of that? At some point in life, you realize that there are things that are more important than these things. It's not just going to be the John Thomas all the time, the big backside, except you want to, bring yourself to a point where morning, afternoon, night, you have no job. The only job you'll be doing is the Punani and the John Thomas. And that is not sustainable because it's never going to take you anywhere. You want to understand that as a woman, as a man, you have everything that you need to upgrade yourself, to build your capacity and be the best that you can be. It's one thing to desire to marry a wealthy man or to marry a seasoned speaker or marry a medical doctor or marry all of these people that you have seen and you see that they have been able to fix their life to a very large extent. It's one thing to desire to be with them, but it's another thing to also desire to grow yourself so that you can be able to live in alignment with these spouses you are choosing for yourself. And so that is the reason why we are saying that it's one thing to get a man and wanting to get a woman, but it's another thing to keep these people. Now look at what is happening to, let's take for instance, the Davido's boy and the woman. You could see that though for the woman, I feel like she is, her age is playing a great role, okay? But then again, she is also saying she needs more than just being popular, just being Davido's boy, okay? And Nigerians are saying that she doesn't need to say that being Davido's boy is enough. I do know that when she agreed to marry, maybe it was her age that played out because it's not just about you need to upgrade yourself to be able to live in alignment with that person you want to be with. So as a matter of fact and urgency, building yourself, building your capacity, building your mental capacity can never ever go out of fashion. Use that money you're using to do BBL, use that money you're using to do big bowler and all of that, and try to build yourself, to, empower yourself in whatever way you can. In any area of your life that you can empower yourself, empower yourself. Now, you have the desire to be with the best man. He has to be tall, he has to be slim, he has to have money, he has to have like 3 cars and all of that, own a house and all of that. What are you bringing to the table? You're a man, you want to marry a medical doctor that is situated, that is all fixed and everything. What are you bringing to the table? It's one thing to find a spouse, it's another thing to keep them. Now, keeping them will be most times depending on how much you have been able to empower yourself, because when you guys come together, a lot of things will play out. There are times where the man will be weak. You have to be there to empower, to help the man. And there are times when the woman will be weak. The man has to be there. And that is why you need this, capacity. You need to empower yourself to be able to live in alignment with each other, be in alignment with each other. And that's the only way things might work out. So today, this message is for the young ones, the youngsters who are all there, thinking of how to end up with multi-billionaires. It could be a man, a woman, and all of that. It's okay for you to have this thought, but then again, you have to understand that you need to empower yourself to be able to live in alignment with whoever you're going to end up with if you do not want to have issues. Now, and I hope I was able to bring some value to you. I appreciate you so much. Please subscribe, share my videos, follow us on Facebook, TikTok. I appreciate you so much. Ciao.